Here at Wish TV, proud to welcome a new member to our team.
Yes, and of course, there's perhaps no one more qualified to be a medical expert than former U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams. Dan Klein joins us now, and Dan, he says that medicine is not political.
Yeah, he says his job as Surgeon General was all about making sure that Americans got the information they need to stay safe, and that job continues just in a different place.
Dr. Jerome Adams is joining us now. He's the newest member of Wish TV, and we couldn't be prouder.
Former U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams made his first appearance as Wish TV's newest medical expert on All Indiana Tuesday.
You were appointed by former President Donald Trump. So what do you say to folks, Doctor, who maybe think that you're pro-Trump?
Well, I think it's a fair question that people ask. I will forever be grateful to President Trump and Vice President Pence for asking me to take on that role. But once I took that role on, I was the United States Surgeon General, not the Surgeon General for Trump or the Surgeon General for Republicans, but the Surgeon General for the entire country.
There were plenty of lighthearted moments as Adams showed a different side.
First of all, I'm neither a surgeon nor a general. I actually am an anesthesiologist.
He said one of the things that frustrated him most on the national stage was the agenda that most national news outlets showed. That's why he found local TV stations refreshing, giving him the ability to get information out in an unfiltered way.
When you're speaking to a Wish TV audience, that's an audience that just wants to know, how do I stay safe?
Right.
That's an audience that doesn't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. They want to know, should I get my kids vaccinated? How do I stay safe from COVID?
Right.
Can we go on vacation? And so Wish TV has always, in my mind, been a channel that tried to steer clear of politics, tried to give people the facts, tried to make it a little fun.
Adams has a unique platform. He's the first modern Surgeon General to have school-age kids, which gave him insight on those types of decisions as well as issues like vaping and teen smoking. He was also personally affected by the pandemic.
I was giving people the best possible scientific information, but I was also living it. My wife had a delayed cancer diagnosis because of COVID, and on Thanksgiving, I actually had to take my wife to the emergency room, drop her off because you weren't allowed in the emergency room. I'm the Surgeon General of the United States. I have to leave her at the door and walk away, not knowing if my wife is going to live the next 24 hours.
His wife is doing fine now, and while his platform on a national stage is no longer there, he says he still wants to use his pulpit, his brand, to promote trust and health equity.
You can figure out the science, but the science means nothing if people don't trust you, if people don't have all the information that they need to make healthy choices. And it's going to be my mission the rest of my life to make sure not only are we getting the most up-to-date science that we can, but that we're translating it in a way, we're communicating it in a way that empowers people to be their healthiest selves.
So don't look for the uniform or politics on our airwaves, just information from a husband, a father, a doctor, and a former Surgeon General.
I don't want anyone to feel shamed by the decisions that they make, whether it's to vaccinate or not, or to mask or not. But what I don't want people to do is to make those decisions based on misinformation. And I'm hoping through our relationship with Wish TV, we can get people the information they need to make the best choice for them.
Now, this isn't the only job for Dr. Jerome Adams. He'll still be practicing medicine here in Indianapolis. To watch the entire interview from All Indiana, just head to wishtv.com. It's at the top of our homepage in the As Seen on Wish TV section. And I tell you what, that was the one thing that kind of impressed me is, you know, he's talking about dropping his wife off on Thanksgiving night, not sure that she's going to make it. I mean, he just down to earth. He's talking about, you know, riding the metro and, you know, talking to people. And Phil, you know, going to school in the Northeast, people don't talk in those kind of situations.
That's what he brought up,
so,
yeah.
You know,
and I totally knew where he was coming from. It's a different world out here. I mean, I love it, and I think he does as well. So, which is why he came back, because he's originally from Maryland. So, and he wanted to come back.
Well, I thought it was interesting, too, that he mentioned to you in this interview that when he was talking about the politics and how he was really, you know, given to the country in terms of, you know, the perspective, he said someone wrote an article about him that he was too nice. He's like, you're even criticized for being too nice of a guy.
That's the landscape, unfortunately, that we live in these days.
Very
divisive.
We're happy to have him, though.
Absolutely. Dan, thank you.